Anybody there? Well, I'm not so sure we're streaming. Excuse me, I guess we are. Usually we have some participants and some words people are saying. But so I want to make sure that you make sure I can see your comments. Anyways, welcome to our Sunday live stream. Excuse. What day is it? It's Wednesday morning. And, last night we did a live stream and it really got funky and it wasn't our fault. For once, it wasn't our fault. It was a YouTube deal. They crashed and burned, as well as also, I guess our provider did the same thing. It was so there was a notice on our Spectrum account that they had problems as well. So it's nice to know that we're not the only ones that have issues when it comes to live streaming. Is anybody making any comments? Because for some reason I cannot see them. Shoot. Anyway, gosh. I don't know how to fix that. Great. So last night, let's see, we covered a few things. We can recap a few things that we did last night because I don't know what went through and what didn't. Hi, Gail.
It's all working. I don't know why you can't see the comments.
Oh, it is all working.
Yeah. Maybe you need a smaller screen.
No, no. Usually the comments are here. I don't know what happened to them. They went away.
Anyway, there wasn't on mine. I have a small screen.
Okay, thank you, honey. So it's working, but gosh, I'm sorry, I can't see any comments. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe if I press that button. I'll just start pressing buttons and see what happens. Nothing. Okay, well, let's continue. I'm sorry if I can't see your comments. I don't see anything here. Cancel. All right. I want to start out. I don't know if anybody saw this, but I want to start with this. That in the very recent past, I made a comment. I misinterpreted some information and made an incorrect and false comment about Robert Conte. So to clear the air, I am making a public apology to Robert Conte, and I respectfully retract that comment that was made on my live chat January 31st, 2021. And I want you to know the comment was made without malice or intent to harm Robert or his brand. So again, Robert, please accept my apology. Tell you what, why don't we just go into learning something? I want to show you the lick. Well, let's pick up where I left off last night, and then we might go recap a few things. Gosh, why am I not getting that? Hold on, I'm going to try something. I got my email up, Gail, so if somebody says something really that I need to really address, maybe you could email it to me. I don't know what to say here. I don't know why I get no comments. Oh, well. All right. So I want to talk about turnarounds in the key of B flat. Let's talk about turnarounds. So a turnaround in the key of B flat is B flat, G, C, F. Okay, so now I want to show you how I like to use 13th chords. Now, let's take a 1 chord. We're going to make it dominant, make it a 13th. Now, if I go like this, and then there's 13th chords in a turnaround. Now, if I use the flat 5 principle, let me show you this. The flat 5 of G is D flat. So I could come up here to a D flat 13. Then I come down to C. Take it another half step. And then down. So now my turnaround can sound like this. Well, let's play the 13th with the 9th in it. Let's get rid of the root. So we got... Now, if I replace this note with some of the roots, I get this. You see that? Then. Now, so in other words, I could go for the G7, I could play a 13th, so I could go a flat 5 substitution, so I could go to D flat 13th. I could go. And then for the C, I could do another flat 5 substitution, maybe F sharp then, and then down to F. So now my turnaround would be. Now, another 13th in chord voicing that I like is this. So that would be a D flat 13. Here's a B flat 13. And now here's Now that's D flat 13, then C 13, B 13. But now let's interpret this chord here. Instead of calling it D flat 13, let's interpret it as a G7. So when we do that, this B is the third, E flat is the sharp 5, F is the flat 7, and B flat is the sharp 9. So now I get this. So then of course I could mix them all up. So, isn't that cool? I wish I could see your comments because I know you'd write and say, that's cool. Trust me, you can, there's so many permutations of that. You can go nuts. You can go nuts with it. Now, to illustrate that point, I'm going to play rhythm changes. And rhythm changes is something that I got rhythm song, right? And the beboppers took that and made tunes out of it. And they blow over those changes. So those changes go really fast. Now, this kind of sounds a little hokey once you've done this. Right? So that sounds much better. So that's what rhythm changes is. And so I'm going to play a little bit of that. Yeah, I woke up with allergies today. I never get allergies. I think there's All right, let's play the tune. We're going to play Oleo, which is the head to that. Come on, man. Don't be messing with me. Turn it. How come I always hit the wrong button? And here's the bridge. C7 and F7. So here's the changes. A minor, G7, E minor, G7. You don't have to be in time. You know what I mean? We don't have to go. Comping. A minor. You could play blues over it. Is everything okay?
Yeah, someone said to click on live stream. Also, I think you just need to reduce your screen because if I make a full screen on mine, that's what I get.
Well, I had tried that. Let me see here.
Not up there, down below. Should be a thing to make the screen smaller.
Well, I don't see anything to make it smaller. Someone said click on live stream. Well, live. Okay, click on live. There's live. I'm clicking on it. I don't have live stream. I only got it in stream and live. Ay. Webcam, maybe is that if I hit that? Live stream, maybe hit that. Webcam. Well, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't read your comments, and that's kind of what's fun about this is I can see what people are saying to me. But well, anyway, so I. All right, well, let's continue. I don't want to, let's do something. I'm sorry I can't read your comments. So that's rhythm changes. And when you solo around it, there's so many different ways of doing it. But generally, man, I remember working so hard on this for a long, and you still work hard on it because the chords are moving. you hear the chords move? And so you try to do it at a higher tempo. So you hear the chords moving in the deal. So that's the ticket. That's the ticket. So building a nice line, and you can hear the chord changes within the line. That's collapse menu, open menu, collapse menu. So anyway,
Can't turn the volume off on this, but you can read the questions.
oh, okay. Oh, let me turn the volume down on this. Let me turn the volume down on this. Yeah, let me turn the volume down for crying out loud. How do you do it? Oh, over here. Yeah, let me turn the volume down. So I'm hearing myself. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. Isn't she the best? All right, so round two. What? Okay, thank you, guys. Kirby, what's happening? Ralph Johnson, Kirby. So yeah, we're actually streaming. It's kind of nice. Thank you very much. What lab mic do you use, please? It's a Sony. Eddie Davis, Rich was a bad boy. Try this again. Hey, Renzo, how you been? How you been? Nice to Renzo, I've had as a student for a long time when my guitar, I think when I was doing guitar correspondence, when I left GIT, I started a thing called guitar correspondence, and people would email me or put on cassette tape and mail to me they're playing, and I critique it and I'd send them a lesson back on cassette tape. And that's how Guitar College got started. And Renzo was there in the beginning. And look at that, he's still here. You sick puppy. Just kidding. It wasn't the Danish beer last night. Yeah, you're right. Good. Now we have more control of our senses because we're drinking coffee. All right. So, you know what? I wanted to show you this because I just got these things. And you know how I got these fingernails, right? And to be honest, they can be a real pain because you super glue them on. And so when one falls off and then you're at a gig, well, you're kind of out of luck. But I've got these, and these are press-on nails. And they come in a little pack like this. And I got them on Amazon. They were $6. And they are working really great. I just have the index finger there. And what they give you is these tiny little stick-on things, and you peel them off, and then one side's sticky, you stick it on, and then you peel it off, and then you set your fingernail on there. And I'm very impressed with how well that stays on. And you don't have the issue of super glue. I would always do this. You put super glue on there and it drips, and then all of a sudden you're holding it down, you're pressing it down, and then you realize your finger, you can't get it off. And so now you've super glued this finger to that fingernail, and it's like, geez. Or, it drips down, and now these two fingers are glued together, or you got it all over your fingers and you can't get it off. The super glue is a real pain. I don't know if these breathe more. I don't know. But you might try those. They were on Amazon. It was press-on nails. They have a whole sort of things. You can get them with glitter and little rainbows and stuff. Well, you probably don't want to do that. And so, you put them on there. I threw away the real small ones, and you might be lucky to get one big one to fit your thumb, but I'm impressed with them. And so check them out if you're into the nail thing. I never used to be until I really got into fingerstyle playing. And then I find out that, you know, you go to do a gig, and we had basically a property with 15 acres. And, you'd work around there and burn wood, cut wood, and work on a tractor and work on your car and all that stuff. And then you go to the gig and you realize, geez, man, this nail's broke and this one's all jagged and it's terrible, And now how do you get them back? So that's when I went to the Doyle Dykes was the one that said to go, go get your nails done. So I used to do that. And then that's a pain in the butt too, because now they grow out and they look terrible, and you got to get them filled. And so then I went to these plastic nails that you glue on, and that worked good. But you also have to remember too, before you put nails on your finger, soak that finger in alcohol for a few seconds. Make sure you kill all the germs around that. And it probably wouldn't hurt to actually do that with the nail itself. Dip in a little alcohol. Make sure you kill the germs. Otherwise, you end up getting a little fungus thing in there, and that's not pretty. It's not cool, man. Just isn't cool. Where are we at here? When you are let's see, yes. You can hear the chords. Thank you very much. Okay. How do you do that? Well, you practice playing lines, and you gotta stick and move. You know how a boxer sticks and move? Same thing like this. You have to go somewhere. If I start here on a B flat, move somewhere. Don't just stay on B flat. So you just kind of have to do it. Make yourself move, and then you kind of work it out. Behind every successful man is a great woman. Yes, great couple bringing us great music. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate that. Let's talk about, in our technique talk, let's talk about sixes. Right? When you play craps, always bet on 6 and 8. Those come up almost as much as a 7. So, no, I'm just kidding. So you play as sixes. What are sixes? Sixes are this. These things. So, if we were to play the scale in sixes, we would go like this. Let's do B flat. It fits in the neck here. So I'm going to go. Actually, the best thing might be is to start an exercise that goes like this. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, so there's my 6 from B flat. Now, if I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you put those all together, you get this. And with this hand, I'm just playing it like this. So when I did that, I went, I'm skipping a string, but on this, obviously, they're on adjacent strings. Skip a string, adjacent, skip a string. Pat Evans from Spokane, Washington. By the way, Troutdale's open. Okay, good for you, Pat. Jeez, good for you. All right, so now, how do you play those? Now you learn to play them like this. Play it as an exercise. Go like this. Go tonic, and then go up a six. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and here's this. So I'm going one below my starting note, right? And then just to make it even. So, where did I end up? Descending. It's easier, almost easier descending. I could hear, let's see. So that's how you play them as a scale exercise, something like that. Could go, or you could go. I got to think about that a little more. All right, so you get the idea on that. So now, one of the reasons why that is so important is because when you're soloing, if you could make a string skip, in other words, if I make a big skip in your soloing and go down, and then I've got all this room to go back up. And likewise, if I start here and go up, I've got all this room to go down. So if I'm playing rhythm changes, you hear how things are going up, down, and up. It gives you a lot of room to play notes and play something that kind of has momentum. So you get you skipping strings. And when you skip strings, again, it gives you more room to play some other notes. You do a skip, you play some notes. You do a skip, you play some notes. You do a skip this way, you play some notes. I know that's oversimplified. Now you want to also play them as two notes played together. Okay. Okay, so the sixes, really important. The stone you when you're playing a guitar. The stone you when you're all alone. I would not feel so all alone. Everybody must play sixes. Okay, those are sixes. Okay, so you want to work that into your repertoire. I like to tell, here is the car that started the whole thing. We were at this little, we were at this train store with my grandkids, and I saw this car. It's a Franklin Mint car. And I was looking at it, and Gail said, gee, honey, you better buy that. That's the closest to getting a 55 Ford Crown Victoria that you're ever going to get. And I thought, yes, probably right. And the next morning, I woke up, and on Craigslist was this car. And now that car is sitting in the driveway, except it doesn't have the sun visor. The sun visor was a love-hate thing when I read about people, because on a hot day, that sun's coming in and it's hot, no matter how tinted it is. So mine isn't like that. Mine isn't pink either, it's orange. But this is what started it off. And then the other day, we were at the train store again, and I saw it still there, and I thought, I had better buy this so we have a story to tell about it. So isn't this, these Franklin Mint cars are just so awesome. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, model building was what everybody did. You go down to the store and you bought a model, and then you got the tester paints and the glue and stuff, and you put together a model. And then afterwards, you took it outside and poured glue on it and set it on fire. Or you'd smash it into something, or you kept it nice and neat. And I would keep mine for a while, and then I'd get bored with it or something. So, but anyway, so I had a model of this car once. And then even as an adult, I bought a model of that car and put it together. So now I got the real car to mess around with, and we got this Franklin Mint model. So anyway, am I missing some? Here I probably am. No, I guess not. Rusty banjo. What's the scoop on the Gill guitar? Well, the scoop is that I have this guitar, and I bought it to sell. I took it on a gig the other night, and I played it. First, I played my Super Eagle, and then I played this for the second set. I was very impressed with it. It's such an easy playing guitar. Fretwork is beautiful. It has a little higher output, I believe, than my Super Eagle. But the X170, they don't make these anymore. And I don't know why they stopped. Well, I guess because they didn't catch on. I think they made them for 14 years, but it's got a little block underneath this here to prevent feedback. Although it's alive, it's a live guitar. And it's just got that nice throaty sound. I like it. So I have a student that's interested in it, and he just wrote me and said, "Do you sound that guild?" So I thought, I already had it out here in the studio because I thought I'd play it today. And so we'll see if it's still around. I haven't listed it yet, so. Let's see, what else did we want to talk about? I feel like I'm missing something, ain't I? Technique playing at sixes. I did the turnaround. Oh, yeah. Did you guys get the riff from last night? The riff from last night basically was a shape lick. A shape lick is something that we have a shape with fingers and frets. And then we take it and we apply it to different string groups. So this has got the tritone in it of a D7. And so it's probably around a D7 chord. Isn't that a cool sound? Now, if I add this extra note, sounds like Blueberry Hill or something. All right, so I got that. And then I can also take that up a fourth. So we were doing Well You Needn't, right? In the very beginning. So the chords on Well You Needn't are F7 to F, G flat 7, which actually is a substitution for C7. And so we play like melodic minor, C sharp melodic minor on that. Let me just kind of illustrate this a little bit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, T, U, V, W, W, W. Well, you needn't. Before I start, okay, it's an S7, so I could come up here. I could come down here to the tritone. Whoops, there's the tritone for F. So let's see if it works. Get that sound in your head. Go back a second. The bridge is D flat 7 to D7, and then E flat E. All right, so I'm going to try when it hits the D7 or the D flat 7. I'm going to come up here. We'll see if that works. I don't know where I am. I gotta start over. Here's D flat. I'm not saying it always works, but hey, it's an idea. Okay, went to AWOL from my day job for a quick visit. Thank you, Peter. Nice to have you with us. Monk changes, yes. What do you mean, Eddie? Softly as the morning sunrise. Okay, it looks like a Gibson GA. It's a 60 or 50 in the back there. It's got a 12-inch and an 8-inch in it. You get a good tone out of it with your guild. Yes, I do. I just got a GA 30 from my uncle. He bought it new in 1945. Yeah, haven't tried it yet with my Epi Joe Pass. Yeah, I don't use this amp really at all. Number one, it's heavy. The volume tone knobs are in the back. The volume and tone knob is in the back. So if you want to change volume, you got to get up and. So it's there's that, and also it doesn't have any reverb. So I like a little reverb just to don't make not so stark. But I have used it on occasions to really get that old sound. With I use my ES 150, which is about a 1947. So anyway, what else were we going to talk about? We're talking about Softly as a Morning Sunrise, Eddie. Did you want to play that again? I love that tune. And by the way, it's a tune from the camp. And so as Well You Needn't. More the advanced guys are going to be doing it. We still have room at the camp. So if you want to have the best time of your life, come to camp. It's not a camp where you camp on the ground. You have a nice room, and it's a retreat. Nice room. There's no phone. There's no TV, but you got your guitar. There is Wi-Fi, and you get 3 good meals a day. And we have it starts at 8 in the morning with breakfast. 9 o'clock starts classes. We get done about. What time do we get done? About 9 o'clock at night. And then we go to our entertainment room and just talk and have some fun. Hanging out. I've worked a little with the book Chord Chemistry by Ted Green. Yes, I have. I remember the day that book got published and they brought it in from the printers. So yeah, I've looked through that book many, many times. And actually, I don't think I have a copy of it anymore. I gave it to somebody. Ted called it chord catastrophe after a while. Look, here's the deal with chords. Find the ones that work for you and feel good, and you can make some music with it. In other words, I like these chords right here. I like this 13. I like this augmented. I like this 13. That would be an F13. And what I try to do, and I like this, I like the ones that are easy to play. These big monster chords, I used to play this a lot. They're wonderful. And some of the chords that Ted had were chord combinations where the string group was 6/5 and then 2-1, and you get a very bizarre, uh, like let's say we have a G7. I mean that's cool. That's a nice inversion of a G7. But as Joe Pass would say, yeah, it's a great chord. How fast can you get to it? So, everything has its place. And play what speaks to you and just work on it and make music with what you got. Okay? That's the key. So you want to add to your vocabulary always, but make music with what you got. Let's play Softly as a Morning Sunrise. I know it's in here because we played it last night. Oh, the book was in every music store from San Francisco to Oregon border when I was young, a long time ago. Yes. So Dale Zdenek was the publisher of that book, and I taught at his guitar store. And the day that Dale Zdenek came into the Rocket Bowl and to see his friend Jimmy on playing drums, and then saw me and asked me to start teaching at his store, was a day that changed my life. And so I taught at the store. And then Dale sold the store and started his own publishing company. I wrote books for him. And I also previewed and also previewed manuscripts, because he'd get tons of manuscripts. And then you try to find the ones that you think were good. And then I also did proofreading, which you wouldn't think about, that I could actually do proofreading when you see some of my work. And but actually, when you read your own stuff, it's hard. But I did that. So I did several books for people, Joe Diario, and then made recordings for him. And so, yeah, also on the phone, he had a boiler room. And so he had, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. And there was a guy, Don Lawrence, who was a wonderful guitar player too, who was in head of that sales group. And they would call music stores every day, calling music stores. And, can we send you out 6 copies of this great guitar book, COD, blah, blah, blah. And, 30 days. And he just was a hustler. And so that's why that book was all over the place. So Dale really started something. Number one, he had the first one with sound recordings, which was my book. And so that was cool. Here's Softly as a Morning Sunrise. By the way, there's 6s. That's a swigging little track, huh? So there's Softly as a Morning Sunrise. Thank you, Eddie. By the way, Eddie, so you're saying you're getting some gigs and things are looking good. Well, that's fantastic, man. So Eddie is a busy little guitarist. Now that things are going to be opening up, I'm sure he's going to have tons of gigs. In what town is that? It's over by the Bay Area, so should be a lot of gigs over there for you. That's great. And Eddie, we're going to see you at camp. That'll be fun. Okay, did I miss anybody's comments? I don't. I'm sorry, I'm a little disorganized here. Okay, I guess we're good here with comments. Andre, I think Greenberg's lawyer wins that award. Ted looked like the biggest hippie in the world on the cover. Yes. So Ted was a hot rodder. He was a hard guy, I guess, in high school. You know what I mean? Trench coat and stuff. But he got into guitar. And by the way, he started playing blues guitar. His blues playing was like, wow, holy crap. And then he got into George Van Eps. What a guy. Anyway, it was music. Change the thumbnail, Billy. It's a black screen. Okay. I will do that when we finish here. Halfway between Sacramento and, oh, that's where Eddie lives. Okay. So, this is a great little tune. Is that the nearness of you? something like that. Okay, well, you guys, let's wrap it up. And I want to thank everybody for joining me. I really appreciate your dedication to come around and hang out. And we're going to do next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. I guess we'll do this Wednesday too. You got to nip it in the bud, Andy. Okay, I will talk at you later, guys. Thank you again.